Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. This is a quick live just before Marty goes live. I'm a little bit excited. We have something that has just come in from the UK for me, and I just wanted to do a quick live unboxing prior to Marty's show. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. Come on, work gloves. How's everyone doing tonight? Are we all excited for Marty's show? I am. So, hey the fingers, how you doing? Yeah, so I got a box today in the mail. This is the box. It came from UK, so let's take a look at what's in the box. This is my make up, like a rough live mock-up. But I'm really excited about this, and no, it's not cars. So before anyone says I got more cars, it's not cars. We're not looking at cars here. Pretty well packaged. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge getting in. Is it? Remember, I should cut open the box before I started the live. That would have been the smart thing to do. But today, we're not smart. We're improvising. Seems to be two boxes stuck together. There you go. Oh, more than two boxes. Full boxes stuck together. What could it be? This is how not to do an unboxing. Be more prepared. What is in here? Well, turned out to be 4 boxes, not 1 box. So we'll do it a box at a time. We'll get to Marty's live stream on time because we are here for Marty. But, so, a while ago, I was looking for models for the racetrack. And I know Slot R, Dave, in the UK had used someone called Ron Trackside. So I reached out to Ron and asked him to send me a list of his models. And he promptly sent me a link to his Facebook account, which I've put in the description below. And he asked me what I wanted, and I said, Ron, I'll just take one of each. And he wrote back and said, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. You want one of one model? Or I said, no, I want one of each of everything you have. So that's what we're unboxing today. I believe maybe this is a lot of models, but there's, I think, over 200 models in here, which is exciting for me because something I love to do is paint. So we're gonna have a look at these models and see how good they are to paint. And that's going to be my painting series. So I have each set that he sells. So according to this, like, there's 4 of these boxes, and each box has a huge number of models. Maybe this was crazy for me to unbox online, but here we go. And no, it's not 40K, it's trackside models. So, oh, look at this. This is so amazing. These are cameras. And if you're wondering why I wear gloves, is because I don't like to hold the models with my fingers, because we transfer oils, and that is why I use gloves here. And when I airbrush, I use the medical gloves as well. That way I don't get what we secrete as natural oils onto the models. So yeah, it's a bunch of models here. It's pretty crazy. So I'm going to be bringing a lot of painting tutorials moving forward. Guys, this is one of my longtime friends commenting here. In fact, Mr. Long Time and Place here is very instrumental in helping me build my new table. So I appreciate you for stopping by, Ivan, and giving me flack for buying so much stuff. I mean, the models are amazing. It's very hard when you look at images, especially 3D modeling images, but when you see the actual models here in person, they are pretty cool. So the question is, how fast can one paint 250 models? I guess we're gonna find out. These are so well detailed. Super excited. And Ron did send me a whole bunch of free stuff. So, I mean, if you're liking what you see, I strongly advise to go over and check out. See, this is free. He was kind enough to send me a whole bunch of free stuff as well. And I really appreciate that. He didn't have to. I never asked for him for anything. But he's a class act. And, you know, we need to support the people that are making, you know, a difference in the hobby outside of the big manufacturers, because, you know, they make the hobby richer. Look at this detail. I mean, that's a tripod. I can't wait to have fun with these things. There's a little camera stand again. So, just to give you guys a little bit of history, give me 1 second. So I'm used to painting models that are this scale. So that's an airbrush model. So in terms of size, if we take a standing model, we can see that the 1/32 models are bigger, larger. So should be able to do more detail work on them. Yes, Necrons, my favorite 40k army of all time. I have thousands of them. But yeah, so just quickly unbox as many as we can. Or maybe we'll just do this one box. And we'll leave the rest for another video. But let's see what else we have in this package. So one thing I really missed was painting. And this gives me a chance to paint again in droves. This just seems to be a lot of like media. Sisters of Battle guy. Cool. Detail looks good on myself. Yep, 100%. The detail is pretty cool on these models. We'll see how it holds up to airbrushing. Shouldn't be a problem with airbrush. Airbrush is pretty good for smooth finishes like this. The techniques that I really want to see is when we start to get into a little bit of dry brushing, especially in the hair. We'll see how it picks up on these models. But it's cool, right? I mean, I don't know. This kind of stuff is pretty interesting to me. Can I hire you to paint mine when I'm ready? My hands shake way too much to paint things that small. Sure. We can first have a look at what I paint. Maybe you look at it and say, oh my God, a 2-year-old kid can do better. You never know. So we'll see. Like I said, I don't normally paint these kind of models, but I mean, it's fantastic to have them. And like I said, this is one of 4 boxes. So I have a lot to paint. So I better get to it. When you paint with an airbrush, shaking hands doesn't come too much into effect. It's when you go to do the detail work and you start to use a paintbrush. But even then, it's the way you hold the model, I think. So there's lots of camera ones in this. These are all media. They're well packaged. I mean, it must have taken a long time for Ron. I remember when I did place the order, he said it was over 60 hours of printing. These are all backpacks and bags. Camera bags, backpacks. Lots of nice, intricate little pieces. Some more free items here. Gary for sure, yes. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is a woman driver. I really like that. It's cool. My daughter will get a kick out of that. Well, my track will be fully stacked, I should say. And that's exactly what I wanted. Has to be a busy racetrack. Well, this is pretty cool. It's fire extinguisher dudes. So pit crew, fire extinguisher, safety crew. Yeah. Oops. There you go. So once again, like I said, this is Ron Trackside's models. They're all 3D printed. They are awesome quality. Yeah, pretty cool. Richard Kruger. Yeah, I'm looking forward to putting some of the Warhammer models on the table again. It's funny. When I quit the game, a lot of my friends were worried when I sold my models. Would I? And oh, by the way, the only models I did keep were my Necrons. Thank you to one of the members of the lair who convinced me not to sell them, because I wouldn't be able to do the table I'm planning to do if I did. But yeah, these are all crew. Pretty cool. I think I am going to cut out from my laser kit printer actual stands for all these guys. So I'll actually mount them on stands. I like to do that because then I can move them around and they don't fall over. And I know I could just pin them to the track or to the terrain, but I like to have movable models. So, and I do have a laser cutter, so I can cut all the individual stands for them. Like I said, this is only one box out of 4, so there's quite a few models, but we won't unbox the other 3 boxes. I'll work one box at a time. There's a flag carrier. I think that's a flag carrier. Yeah, looks like a flag carrier. My Imperial Knights are ready for any time for your Necrons. Sure. We can throw down. I'm ready for you. We're not gonna talk too much Warhammer on this stream. We could set something off here. Slot Journal. Did you buy one of every pose they had? Yes, I did actually. Over 200 models. I bought one of everything. One of every set, sorry. So not just one of every model, but one of every set. So I have, see this box here? I got another 3 of them that are full of models. But if you want to build a track and you want to fill it up, you need the models. So I have no regrets. I enjoy it. And lots of painting is exactly what I wanted. And you guys get a lot of painting content. So if you like that kind of stuff, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. But hit it twice. I do have a lot of cameramen, so I might be selective with how many. Yeah. Well, we used to doing painting in volume because when you build armies, you paint in volume. We'll see. You know, I wanted to have a full complement of models for my track, and even if I don't get through, you know, all 200 of them, at least I have them. And it's also good for me to have this. I find painting is a very relaxing part of any hobby for me, and to be honest, I missed it a lot. when I left wargaming, I never expected to say this, but it's the one thing I missed the most is being able to paint and build terrain. And guess what? I seem to have found that you can do that in slot cars. So here we are. How long did it take you to receive from UK? I believe this was, he shipped it out 2 weeks ago. And mind you, it was sitting at the post office for 3 days, so not that long. So yeah. More figures, more problems? I don't think so. Why is it more problems? See, like, what I'm trying to do is I'll probably cut out bases like this, or when we do wargaming, of course that guy's head fell off. Yeah, so when you do wargaming, we mount them on bases, right? It makes them easier to move around. So I'll do the same thing with these models. Make sure they all go on bases. Probably use 25mm bases, or maybe 32mm. Maybe 32mm, probably better. Yeah, 32 looks about right. So I'll put them on 32mm bases, and yeah. And it's very easy. You just cut them out of MDF on the laser cutter. Yeah, I've painted lead figures. I prefer plastic 10 times over. Just with the lead figures, actually you get nice edging on lead figures, I find, and pewter, sorry. So they're called pewter. But I mean, the poses on these are pretty cool. I like it a lot. What we at? 6:30. I'm going to knock off this stream at 6:45 so everyone can get ready for Marty's stream. For sure. Because, you know, gotta support Marty. Marty's the man. Let me tell you something. Marty is like the glue that holds us together. He is so instrumental to what we are doing. And I love that guy. So but I thought in the meantime, while I'm waiting, might as well unbox this. I was super excited to unbox this, so just sharing it with you guys. So they were actually metal models, the fingers. I painted pewter when I started in wargaming in '95. There was a lot of pewter models. It's pretty cool. I like this model. Gonna be interesting. The facial features are not as defined on these models. Well, I don't think I've seen also the Carrera models. There's not a lot of detail in the facial features, so we'll see. Are those for slot cars, Ant? Yes, they are. This is from Ron Trackside. He's based out of the UK. I put a link to his Facebook page. I bought one of every set that he sells. So there's a lot of models to unbox. We're only unboxing box 1 of 4. And in box 104, we have these models. So they're not in any particular order, but I just wanted to get them out and have a look. I don't know what that is. Looks like a superhero. That's an interesting model. Maybe this would be a flag. Yeah, probably. Spectator with a flag. That's pretty cool. Time to give this to Massimo to paint his Ferrari emblem. How about that? Here's another fan with a flag, I bet. Smelting metal, carbon coating with sets of molds, alloy, then pull. That's old school casting. Nope, never painted one of those models. Lots of fans. It's pretty cool. It's fun to have stock cars around the track, but I think figures bring the track to life and set the stage for good dioramas. And since I'm building pretty much a 28-foot by 12-foot diorama, I need the figures. A lot of them fans. These are pretty cool models. Whoops. I'll probably do them in batches of 10 as I paint them up. So break it down 10 at a time and paint them up. That way I can play with the same kind of color palette as I paint in batches of 10 and then switch the color palette up so I can get variety and variation. Actually, this is Richard. These are small, but in comparison, I mean, that guy's smaller. And he's painted. I don't think the camera catches that really well. So this is all airbrushed really quickly. So, like, in comparison, she's a lot bigger. So, all right, I got 9 more minutes. 9 more minutes till we get to Marty. Looks like I can get through box 1. I think, I hope. That's cool. There you go. It's probably getting monotonous for some of you guys, but I need to open them all up, so yeah, you know, sorry guys. But I promised Ron I'll unpack them, show them off on screen. So yeah, we got to support him. He's doing a fabulous job. There's a great variety of models. I bought the Carrera stuff, but it's like, you know, it's the same model repeated over and over. So it's really nice to have like a variety of poses, a variety of different figures, modern looking figures. So definitely excited to get these out of the box. We have 3, 6, 7 packages left for box 1. So I think this is photography people, the spectators, and marshals. That was what was in this box. So that's what we're getting to look at here. These are marshals. Hey, Jim. Yeah, these are all marshals. So Massimo says you paint allow those red clad tifosi. Well, Massimo said he'll come by, and we're gonna do some painting together because he wants to learn. So it'll be exciting, and we'll probably do a little bit of painting together. And the cool thing is, like George did with the custom chassis building, I'm not the best painter, so I'm not no award-winning painter. I know a lot of award-winning painters, but I have painted over 1,000 models. Yeah, well over 1,000 models in my wargaming career. So I have a way around an airbrush, and I can help, and that's what I intend to do. So there you go. So do you have to prime them before you paint? No, nothing about this. Very interesting. Okay, so like I think slot R, Dave did what I did bring up in a live stream. If you want to paint, the fastest way to paint and then airbrush and pick up details is something called a Zenithal Prime. So the way that works, and the most basic form of a Zenithal Prime is in black, whites, and grays. So that's what we call sketching in the shadows. So the way you do it is we'll prime them black, and then using my airbrush and inks, I like to use inks, I'll use Payne's Gray and do a 45-degree hit of gray around the model. So for instance, if I was priming this model, I'll prime him fully black, and then I'll stand him up like this, and I'll shoot at 45 degrees angle, Payne's Gray. And then once that dries, I'll shoot at a 90 or perpendicular angle. So that's him standing up. I'm going to aim down with my airbrush at 90 or parallel to his head, and I will spray white, and that will pick up all the highlighting details. So we're going to use that to get what we call a sketching shade on the model, and then the rest is all done with washes, or in what we use is contrast paint. So contrast paint is a little bit of a technical paint that we apply, and what happens is, because the model is pre-shaded, the paint is thin, but it has enough pigment to tint the model, so you get natural shadows right away. And it's a quick way to paint models, and then you go in and you touch up and do details. So that's the process. I'll take you through it, and we'll get them done. Like I said, we'll do them in batches of 10. That way it doesn't get too monotonous, and we can also then standardize the palette for 10 at a time and switch up the colors in batches of 10s, and it makes life interesting. 3 minutes. 3 minutes to Marty's, to getting ready for Marty's stream, guys. It's a heap of models, a heap of bodies. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research in liveries that I want to paint some of the flags in. That kind of detail work will be exciting. I also have a white toner printer, so I can print some water slide decals. So for some of the flags, I can just lay down decals on top. It helps me get past all the tiny details, especially for flags. Although I do love painting checkers. This is a Marshall's. Yep, so that's it. So I'm just gonna count up these, and I will meet you guys on Marty's stream. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me for the unboxing, guys. Like I said, this is one box of 4, but we'll do a box at a time and we'll go from there. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Quick unboxing. I'll see you in Marty's stream, and we'll be waiting on some really cool painting tutorials coming up, and I'm excited to do that for you guys. And thank you once again for coming by. See you in a couple of minutes, guys. Take care. Bye.